Although the epic tale of Maximus concluded in the original Gladiator, his legend lives on in the sequel. The second trailer for Gladiator II reveals that Paul Mescal's fresh-faced hero has a rather powerful connection to Russell Crowe's grizzled fighter. The rumors are true. When director Ridley Scott's Gladiator II finally hits theaters over 2 decades after the first, the film will continue the legacy of Maximus Decimus Meridius by showing audiences what happens to the next generation of his family. Lucius, portrayed by Paul Mescal, is taking on the same role played by Spencer Treat Clark in the first film, Maximus' son.
Lucius, take your father's strength. His name was Maximus, and I see him in you.
While it's heavily implied in the first trailer, the second reveals the familial connection outright. This is an interesting twist, as the pre-publicity material for the film indicates that Maximus' former lover, Lucilla, will witness Lucius' battle in the arena, yet fail to recognize her own son since he's long estranged himself from her. As a matter of fact, he's been living just the kind of life his father wanted him to live, as a quiet parent and husband on a farm. Unfortunately, the Roman army ruins his life, just as Commodus ruined his father's. Time will tell if he survives the ruthless machinations of the Empire unlike his father, but for those curious as to how and why Lucius ended up where he is, the first movie plants the seeds of his fate. During the original Gladiator, Lucius's paternity is a secret, as Maximus and Lucilla are implied to be former lovers. At the same time, Lucilla is also shown dodging the advances of her own power-hungry brother, Commodus. Lucius, who's roughly 10 or so at this point in time, is led to believe that he's the son of Lucilla's husband, who has been dead for 5 years when Maximus and Lucilla meet again. The movie strongly hints at the notion of Lucius being Maximus' son. Although nothing is directly stated, it's clear Maximus' heart lingers with the son and wife Commodus slaughtered to bring him to heel. When the fallen fighter dreams of the afterlife, it's a vision of his most peaceful place, his family's farm, where he can finally reunite with his late wife and child. The reveal in the trailer also indicates that Lucilla hasn't shared the truth about her son's origins with him in the intervening decade plus either. When Gladiator II opens, Lucius hasn't seen his mother for 15 years. It's unclear why they've been estranged, or how Lucius managed to escape from Rome after Commodus' death and the possible return of Roman power to the Senate. That Lucilla continues to hold a position of power in the capital during the second movie under the new twin emperors is a particularly curious detail. What exactly was she up to after the first film but before the second? Hopefully, the sequel will get into the events that took place in between. Lucilla and Lucius aren't the only characters from the original Gladiator that are returning in Gladiator II, as at least one more actor from the original film will show up in the sequel. Derek Jacobi is slated to reprise his role as Senator Gracchus, a former ally of Maximus who tries to help him start a coup during the first film. The question here is, will he extend a hand to help his old friend's son, or will he represent a new ruling class under the twin emperors who seem to be ready to outdo Commodus in their combined desire for power and authority?
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.
Time will tell who ends up siding with Lucius and who ends up falling in line with Rome's latest twin terrors when Gladiator II charges its way into theaters on November 15, 2024.